the breakover, the takeover, nigga, God MC, me, Jay. MC Search, from Third Base was on Drink Champs, dope podcast, and was talking about the Jay-Z line. I know who I paid, God. Searchlight Publishing, referring to, of course, I'm out for presidents to represent me, get money. When he sampled Nas's voice, right? He sampled Nas's voice for his record, Dead Presidents. Jay-Z sampled Nas's voice for Dead Presidents. Dope song. And, you know, that I know who I pay, God, Searchlight Publishing, that was a stab at Nas from the takeover. You know what I mean? And, it's interesting because when, you know, Jay-Z is this business-minded mogul and this, that, and the third, and you would hear that line and be like, okay, Search said he paid him. He paid him $2,500, wrote a check. Search submitted it to Zamba, who I guess was handling Nas at the time. I don't know. And done. Done deal. Good to go.
Right.
But apparently, according to Search, if you look at the credits for that record, Nas actually was part owner of that. So really, Nas indirectly owns a very small piece of Jay-Z's catalog. That's crazy.
that is kind of crazy. That is kind of crazy.
I mean, they're friends now. Another one. But I'm just saying, at the time, at the height of their beef, when, you know, they really didn't like each other, at least to the public, that information was never really, Nas never took, he never loaded that round in the chamber to shoot at Jay, which is interesting. I don't know why he wouldn't do that, but what are your thoughts on that?
Well, honestly, there's two things that came to mind immediately from my weird thinking, as I always think about things outside the box. So when I heard this topic, the first thing that I thought to myself was, well, listen, Jay-Z didn't always own his masters. So when this deal was done, I'm pretty sure Jay-Z wasn't the one who made the deal with Nas at the time. I'm pretty sure it was his record label who made the deal with the thing at the time, and he didn't own them.
Hold on. I want to correct you there. Dame Dash, Jay-Z's, well, used to be Jay-Z's right hand.
Yeah.
Reached out to Search. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I want to know if Nas still owns them today. Like, I know Search said that he does, but like Jay-Z bought his masters back. So when he bought those back, does he own them completely? Like, does that now absolve all the people who made those deals before, like the producers and all the publishers? I don't know.
That's a good question. That's a good question. Right? Because Jay-Z did buy his baby being Reasonable Doubt, Dead Presidents on that album. Sorry, go ahead.
Exactly. So he bought all that shit back. So does Nas still own that, or does Jay-Z own that now, or was Search? Because I feel like Search was, let's be real, I haven't heard that name in a long time. So Search was probably looking for something to bring to Drink Champs that was kind of like a little nugget that people didn't know about. You know what I mean? But in his little nugget, I feel like he neglected to say if that was what happened at the time, because I feel like what he was talking about was what happened then.
Right.
You know, this is what happened at the time.
Right.
As opposed to what it is right now. But he made it sound like what it is right now. Not that I can't see Nas owning a part of a song that Jay-Z did. Great. Congratulations, Nas. You own part of one song. Congratulations. But Jay-Z as a businessman, I can't see him. He would buy Nas out. Like, I want to own this shit outright. Jay-Z doesn't want to share his shit.
I know.
I want to own this
First
shit.
album,
you know what I mean?
too. First album. Like, I mean, the actual quote was, Nas is one of the publishers. So I say, yeah, that line can live as much as it lives. But Jay don't own a piece of Nas's catalog. But Nas owns a piece of Jay's catalog.
Right.
Doesn't say owned. Says
owns, like as is currently
now. So who knows how accurate that is? But that's a great point,
right?
So,
I don't know. I can't see Jay with his business acumen saying, you know what, Nas, you own 25% of this one song, I'm gonna let you keep that, even though I spent however millions of dollars to buy,
to buy the masters back,
exactly.
Listen, man, viewing public, what are your thoughts here? Again, I'm still flabbergasted as to why Nas wouldn't have put this one in the chamber, even on Stillmatic when he did his official response to Takeover. He never brought it up. So is there any truth to this? Remember, Jay-Z talked about having sex with Nas's baby mom, ejaculating on the car seat, all types of foul shit. If this was true, obviously Nas would know about it. Why didn't he use it? What are your thoughts? What say you? Who do you think won that battle? Really quick, who won the battle, Jay or Nas?
You're talking about Takeover versus Ether? You're talking about that battle?
Yes.
Oh no, that's Ether. Like, come on, that's undeniable.
I'm gonna definitely give it to Jay. What do you think? Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hove! 44 attorney generals call for Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg to end possible plans for under 13 Instagram, cites mental health effects and child sexual abuse images. Attorneys actually pulled facts about how Facebook and Instagram reported 20 million child abuse images in 2020. In 2020, 1 year of 20 million.
That's crazy.
Mark Zuckerberg, in case you didn't piece that together, Mark Zuckerberg wants to create an Instagram for children 13 and under. And 44 attorney generals are like, what the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah.
Here's why that's a bad idea. Why do you think it's a bad idea? Or do you think it's a good idea?
I don't know. Let me hear what you think. Because I feel like I might feel opposite to it. So I just want to hear your side first. Maybe you might convince me.
I mean, at the end of the day, you can't. Do I got to go back to this? It's America. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Free market, right?
Right.
You could not like it. You don't have to subscribe to it. You don't have to sign up. You don't even have to entertain it. But if you want to, as long as it's illegal, if you want to do it as a business, okay, it's out there now. You know what I mean? So I feel like they don't have a right to tell him that he cannot do that. Parents, however, have the obligation as parents to determine whether or not their child, I guess ages 1 to 13, can go on this social media platform. And then if they do go on that social media platform, it's up to the parents to monitor and to make sure that, it's being used accordingly and appropriately, right? It's like you make music. Any artist makes music. They say what they say. Like, should I put a filter on how I feel? Because your kid, might take what I'm saying the wrong way. I didn't raise your kid. You raised your kid. It's up to you to teach them how to absorb that information and filter it out and so on and so forth. So why should I be penalized for that? Thoughts?
Yeah, I figured that's what you would say. You'd be on that side. Not necessarily for it, but just like it's not his fault if he wants to create it type of vibe is what you're saying pretty much. Yeah. I think it's a horrible idea. Like, okay. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it at all. It's a horrible idea. This opens the door to way too many things. How are you gonna guarantee that the person, first of all, on the site is 13 and under? You can't do that. Just like there's sites right now that ask that question: are you 18 years or older? And put in your birth date and all that. I could put in any date I feel like. I could be born in 1942 if I felt like, and press enter. How are they gonna know that I'm not telling them the truth? These sites let you in. They just got to put that out there as a disclaimer. So you creating it is opening the door now to all these child pedophiles to create these accounts saying that they're 10 and they're 11 and enact it and possibly find photos of kids to post to make it seem like these are genuine accounts to keep them active, which gives the pedophiles now more activities to do. Yay! You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that can be for kids 13 and under, because let's keep it real. I mean, there's things that are created strictly for children. I believe in at some point there was a cell phone that was created by like Fido or Rogers that was strictly for children. Like you could only see certain things and use certain apps or some shit like that. So yes, there are certain things that should be made for kids. Social media is not one of them. Social media is a place for adults. It's a place of negativity. It's a place of criticism. It's a place of false advertising. It's a place of false imagery of what you should look like. And I don't want any kid under 13 going on Instagram and all of a sudden feeling like, because now they have influencers on this platform, which will happen at some point, who are 13 and under that dress all sexy and want to go marry their 13-year-old boyfriend like that other girl, that 8-year-old Russian girl. When that shit pops up on Instagram and now my kid wants to go do it because they're allowed to be on this thing, who am I to blame for that? You know what I mean? I might let them on with innocent intentions and be able to monitor, but I can't control who else creates accounts on this. And that's the problem with it. Until you can control who creates these accounts and monitor that in an effective way, this is a horrible idea.
So you have Instagram.
I do.
Is your Instagram public or private?
It's public right now.
If it's private, that means only the people who you allow to view it can view it, right?
Yeah, people that you accept.
Okay,
yeah.
So there's that. You can make it private. Also, with Facebook today, who obviously owns Instagram, you can't create a Facebook account without, like, you can't just make up a random name like you used to be able to. You got to be a real person, right?
Yeah.
And at Facebook, the people who are intending to create this app have this type of security for a adult Facebook platform. I'd imagine they would have that for at least minimum that for a child platform. And then lastly, of course, there are vegetarians in the world. Some people don't eat meat. They just don't eat meat. They think it's immoral. That you're an animal if you eat meat. But McDonald's and the Keg and all types of places that serve meat still exists. So should those places not exist? Or if you're a vegetarian, should you just be like, I'm not going to go in there. You have a kid, hey, you know what? I think you should be a vegetarian too. Sure, Mom. Sure, Dad. I'll be a vegetarian too. You tell me to be a vegetarian, I'm down. You know what? Fuck the Keg and fuck McDonald's, because my kid has to walk by them every single day on the way to baseball practice and see them. And they might be No, it's up to the parents, my friend. It's the parents at the end of the day.
I hear what you're saying. Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
And to be clear, I want to put this one last thing out there. I would never in a zillion years let my child on a social media app at 13. It's not happening.
That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, you can argue all those points and I mean, you bring up some good points. As far as the private profiles though, like, they're not all going to be private. Like, not all profiles are private. So as long as you have public profiles, it's still a problem.
So again,
it's still a problem.
Parenting, kid,
yeah, but
profile on private.
You can't. You know how difficult it is for parents just to monitor their kids.
Okay, well then guess
life?
what? Well then guess what then? You make a great point. Well then guess what then? I guess kid, son, daughter, since I can't trust you, you can't be on that social media app. End of it. End of story.
I mean, that'd be great if we lived in your fantasy world where you can prevent your children from being on social media, but you can't. You can't. If they want to be on social media, they're gonna do it. Whether they're only on it at school, they create accounts. Because how is a parent gonna know that their child created an account on this thing?
You are 100% accurate, but what you're talking about, my guy, is mistrust. Again, back to parenting. If there is a level of trust between the parents and the child, of course kids are influenced by their friends around them and everything else. What do you mean you're not on this? How could you not be on it? We're on it. Jennifer's on it, blah, 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 blah. But again, if there is a level of trust between that, back to parenting, they will not do that.
We've all been kids, man. We've all been kids. When you want to do something and you're a certain age, you're gonna find a way to get away with it.
Listen,
and it's not necessarily you trying to be you're not trying to be deceitful or anything to your parent. It's more about you just wanting to do something.
You're 100% right, but levels, bro. I'm gonna give you the extreme example. When I was 16, 17, 18, mad niggas around me having kids.
Yeah.
Breeding nonstop. I didn't have a kid until I was in my 30s. You know why? Because I was raised a certain way. Yo, mad niggas around me selling things. Da 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 da. I didn't do any of those things. I've never been to jail. You know why? Parenting. Again, parenting, parenting. People always come back to you can't control your kids and you can't. Oh shit!
But once again, I want to bring you back to the real world. How many stories have we spoken about on this podcast alone where the parents are fucking idiots, where they do the dumbest shit? We just spoke the other day about a parent who punched their kid in the face over some damn cheesecake.
Listen,
I get it. I get it. But my comeback to you is not all parents are the parents you're talking about. Then
okay. Well, I mean,
I have the same argument.
But, so what does that mean then? That means that we should just say, all right, Keg, McDonald's, you got to close because I'm not good enough as a parent to control my son or daughter who said they want to be vegan, but they're too tempted. They might eat meat, so you guys got to close. That means,
listen, if your son or daughter, if you're a vegan or a vegetarian, and you try to raise your child that way, and your child says, listen, I want a cheeseburger, or they want that, guess what? They're not vegan or vegetarian. They're just doing it because it's what's in your household.
Okay.
So congratulations, you played yourself. You tried to think that you could control what their diet would be, but unfortunately, each child is an individual, and they will make their own decisions. You can try to influence them, but it's not going to go down like that, man.
I'm so glad you said that. So listen, parents, if you are trying to raise a wholesome, conservative, respectful daughter or son, and they're 12, 13, and you are trying to tell them, hey, going on social media, it's not a good idea. Listen, man, you can't force them to be what you want to be. They want to be scandalous and show off their prepubescent breasts. That's just what they're going to do because that's who they are. Everyone's an individual. Viewing public, what are your thoughts here?
I see nothing wrong with what you said.
Should they be bullying my man Mark Zuckerberg? Again, totally, I'm not for the platform, but you can't. It's a free market, man. Parents, do your job. Listen, I'm not a perfect parent. I'm going to do my best to make sure my daughter's not on that. But to your point, she could, how do I know, right? I don't know until I get there. And thank God I have, hopefully, by the grace of God, many years. But what are your thoughts?
Well, you want Zuckerberg to create this, so when it's in existence,
I didn't say I wanted him to.
And she's out there dressing a little different.
I didn't say I wanted him to. I said he has the right to. True. So viewing public, let us know what your thoughts are. Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Two Guys Doing a Podcast. Deuces. So Tim Tebow will reportedly sign another 1-year deal as a tight end with the Jacksonville Jaguars. He sucked, apparently. And a lot of people are upset because Kaepernick is still out of a job. And Tebow sucked, and Kaepernick led the 49ers to their first Super Bowl since '94. A lot of people are mad at this. I'm not. Apparently, Tebow knelt off it in prayer, and he was celebrated for it. He knelt in prayer, okay, displaying his Christian faith, and he did it for religious reasons. Also, he was well known for his signature move, dropping to one knee on the field, his head bowed in prayer, his arm resting on bending knee, right? So known throughout the world as Tebow. This was his thing, again, and he did it for religious reasons. Listen, Kaepernick took a knee in protest of police brutality. A damn good reason if I ever heard one. A great reason to take a knee, if you ask me. But the NFL is full of slave owners. I'm not saying if you're a black person playing in the NFL, you're a slave. What I'm trying to get across to you is full of a bunch of racist people. Okay? That's it, right? These NFL players make millions and millions of dollars, and that's all cool and all. But I would like you to take a look at one of the owners' paychecks. Can we even see one of those? Is that even a thing? I highly doubt it. So the point is this should not surprise anyone. I get why you'd be upset, but I'm not. I get why you'd be surprised. No, let me retract that. What I don't understand is why anyone would be surprised. Why are you surprised at this? This is normal. This is regular. When you wake up and you go out, you breathe. This is what this is. Just like breathing, it's normal. It's not right, but it is what it is. What are your thoughts?
People are surprised because listen, Tim Tebow. Oh, wow. Tim Tebow had one good season, And it was a season where defenses really just weren't able to adjust to what he was doing on the field. Now defenses are able to adjust to that type of offense, and there's players who do it way, way better than him, i.e. Lamar Jackson. But since then, Tebow has gotten the opportunity to broadcast, has gotten the opportunity to play in baseball in the minor leagues, and he's gotten a chance to play a different position than he played in the NFL almost 10 years after his last game. He's not even playing quarterback. The man is playing tight end. This is why people have a problem with what's going on right now, because Colin Kaepernick has gotten zero of those opportunities. None. No broadcasting, no other sports. Not that he was looking for other sports, so I'll just get that out of the way. I know he wasn't looking for it, but nobody came to him in the first place. You know what I mean? And the fact that Tim Tebow, with his lackluster talent, his real college peak talent, versus Kaepernick, who actually took an NFL team to the big show, you know what I mean, and could possibly do it again, still showed through his game and through the tryouts with teams that he had the talent and the skills and was training consistently for football, still was not given any type of real opportunity, because he was called in by teams, but they weren't real opportunities. Everybody knew it was for show. It was for a little publicity, which is what they say that this Tim Tebow thing with Jacksonville is all about. It's all about publicity, because Jacksonville, they don't really have a great team. They need to get some buzz around their name, so let's bring in Tim Tebow. Great. Awesome. If that is your goal, congratulations. Why couldn't Colin Kaepernick be that guy for you, though? Why was it you had to go? Not only did you go, none of the free agents that you already had in the league, you ignored all of those people. Then you looked outside and you said, okay, who's the best talent that we have outside of the league right now? And the best talent you could fucking find was Tim Tebow? For real? For fucking real? People said they wouldn't bring Kaepernick back because he would be a distraction to the team. That's what they said. It had been too long since his last game. Those were the main reasons teams said we couldn't bring Kaepernick back. What the fuck do you think Tim Tebow is? This is a major distraction. A quarterback playing tight end? That's going to be big news all over the place. And then you want to talk about somebody who hasn't played in a while. We're talking about almost 10 years. So I'm really just backing up your point, but in a more aggressive and angry and real fan of the NFL way, to the point where this is some blatant racism at this point.
This is all I'm saying. Like, nobody should be surprised at this at all. You know what I mean? And let me just say this one last thing, and we can bring it to a wrap, unless you want to spill some more. Look, man, I love Colin Kaepernick. I love what he did. I love the movement he started and what he's continually doing. I love that brother. But let me tell you something. Before he took that knee, he knew exactly what was at stake. If you think for 1 second he didn't know the league he was playing for, the owners, he didn't know all that shit. If you think for a second that this was a shock, a surprise what they did to him, you crazy. So, as surprised as we are, Colin's like, I knew this shit was gonna happen. I'm surprised.
Yeah, that's probably why you haven't heard him say anything about it. Even though it just happened, I haven't heard him say like a tweet or nothing.
And he's probably just like, because
I'm over this shit.
Yeah, he'll be. You know what would surprise him? If they gave him a slot, that would surprise him.
Yeah, bring him in as a strong safety or a quarterback, maybe.
Anything.
Yeah.
Fucking water boy. Yeah. That would surprise him. So all I'm saying is totally wrong. But again, man, look, if somebody punched you in the face, decked you out, knocked you out cold, and then that same person who did that went to like your best friend and was like, yo, man, what up? Do you think your best friend is going to embrace that person and show him love? Fuck no. That's all I'm saying. This is, what's the Tebow, white dude, NFL. I'm just saying, you know, brotherhood. That's all I'm saying. Viewing public, what are your thoughts here, man? All this shit talk about the NFL, and y'all niggas still watch it religiously.
Where is Jay-Z through all of this? It's a different topic. Whatever. He's in charge of music, I guess, only.
But again, I don't want my point to get lost. All this talk and y'all niggas still watch the NFL religiously. Enjoy the show, niggas. Deuces. Thank you guys so much for watching that video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.
Yo, Chris, we got to 200 subscribers,
Finally.
man.
Finally.
You know what I'm saying? But we don't want to stop there. We have a new goal. The new goal is 500 subscribers. So what I need you to do, I need you to like these videos over here. I need you to subscribe right here, man. Two guys doing the podcast, man.